So guys, big news coming out of Burkina Faso. What is this big news? Well, they are launching the Baore digital platform. And what is this Baore digital platform? Well, it's a platform dedicated to Ibrahim Traoré. All of his speeches since he became president, he have some brilliant speeches. So this platform, they will translate the language, his speeches into English, guys. He's speaking in French, and in English, Mandarin, Spanish, and Arabic. They said that they will be doing, but I haven't found the link yet, but I will. As soon as I do, I will make sure you guys get it. I will post it. And why is this important? Because I'm sure he did said, if we do not record our history and make sure it's recorded correctly, the colonizer will come in behind and change our words. We don't want them to distort his words and change his words. So we want to get exactly what he said when he said it. So this will be good for future generation as for the present generation. So take a listen to the video. It's self-explanatory, but take a listen to it and then you'll understand it a little bit more, and then we're going to talk about talk a little bit more after. Take a listen. Boom.
Duty of remembrance. The precise circumstances surrounding the rapid rise of the patriotic movement for safeguard and restoration are indeed very well known to many. A dedicated group of experienced officers with a very clear and highly pragmatic vision for the ultimate future of our beloved nation decisively decided to take on the immense responsibility and diligently work to save our cherished homeland from impending bankruptcy, if not from its certain and complete disappearance from the entire map of the world. From this group, a leader would emerge to whom the destiny of our country would be entrusted. Even today, under the leadership of Comrade Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Faso, Head of State, and Supreme Commander of the National Armed Forces, men and women forever determined to grant our homeland its true independence are fighting, even to the ultimate sacrifice, so that Burkina Faso remains standing. Ladies and gentlemen, nations experience major socio-political events that inevitably shape their identity and that of their people, an identity destined to compose their history. And the history of our country now counts in its broad outlines and in a very positive and indelible way the advent of Comrade President Captain Ibrahim Traoré at its head. In view of the nature of this governance and in the spirit of avoiding any distortion of facts, actions, and speeches, we have decided to record in a document the official statements of the President of Faso, for words may fade, but written records remain as true witnesses of life. Writing is a fundamental pillar in preserving a nation's history and building its identity. The document for which we are holding this dedication ceremony today is intended to preserve the memory of events taking place from September 30th, 2022 to April 1st, 2025, and to guide the people on the path of the progressive popular revolution. This document, entitled Captain Ibrahim Traoré Said, From the Advent of the MPSR-II to the Proclamation of the Progressive Popular Revolution, holds didactic, sociological, anthropological, philosophical, diplomatic, political, and historical value. It catalogues the speeches of the head of state, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, during events of all kinds, both national and international, to express his vision of the world and outline the signs of a victorious march toward a better future. Since September 30th, 2022, the date he assumed the highest office in our country, his speeches have focused on restoring the security of the territory, independence, sovereignty, and the development of Burkina Faso, foundations without which no sustainable and prosperous future can be built. Ladies and gentlemen, through this document, we trace the evolving path of a relentless struggle against imperialism and terrorism. A struggle marked by initiatives, reforms, and innovative actions to build our nation. Designed for posterity, it carries the vision of a head of state, determined to lay the foundations of a free and upright Burkina Faso. A comprehensive vision, moreover, one that is strongly supported by the people in all its various components. The publication of this document aims to spread the vision of His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré for the benefit of current and future generations. Burkinabe and African, whose ultimate salvation lies in our indigenous cultural values. This work is intended on the one hand for young people and on the other hand addresses all peoples seeking liberation, independence, and development based on endogenous resources. This collection will be available at specific locations, which will be announced at a later date. It will be sold at an especially affordable price, with all proceeds exclusively dedicated to carrying out social projects. In the same spirit, and in just a few moments during this dedication ceremony, we will launch the Baore digital platform. Grenier Amour, a virtual video library for downloading and watching films about the actions of His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré. It is a remarkable tool for sharing with the entire world. Our audiovisual productions are primarily in French and they are thoughtfully subtitled in English. We also have concrete plans to expand and add Spanish, Arabic, and Mandarin language options in the near future. In this significant way, we will boldly present to the entire world our actions and our principles, our deeply held convictions, in a word, our effective method. We are opening ourselves up to the rest of the world, not only to share, but also to enrich ourselves with the experiences of others. I invite each and every one of you to click the link to the Baore platform in order to make use of its resources. Finally, my thanks go to all those who, directly or indirectly, have been involved in these two projects, especially the Mercury Publishing House for launching this inaugural wave of physics. The goal is to communicate in order to inform, to raise awareness and enlighten both current and future generations about the will of a man, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, who is committed with his people to the complete liberation of his country. The symbolic dedication made by the Minister, Chief of Staff of His Excellency, Mr. the President. And you can choose the video of your personal choice to either watch or to simply download. I am truly moved indeed. I hereby officially launch the Baore digital platform for downloading and watching content. Films about the actions of His Excellency Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of FASO, Head of State. Let us watch the selected video together. Among those of the Minister, Chief of Staff, and His Excellency the President of Parliament, I am at your service. Always close to the people, the President of FASO, Head of State Captain Ibrahim Traoré, while setting an unprecedented pace in the fight against terrorism, will, throughout his tenure, reveal another side of his personality. That of a fighter, a leader of operations to reclaim the territory close to his men, and a head of state who does not hesitate to go the extra mile to be in touch with his people. With the weight of the law behind him and his determination to reclaim the national territory, the President of FASO, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, has taken actions that shape the image of an accessible head of state, compassionate, attentive to the elders, and committed to the fight against terrorism and the reconstruction of Burkina Faso. Attentive to the elders and committed to the fight against terrorism and the reconstruction of Burkina Faso.
So there you have it. So I'm just say this real quick. Like, as I said in the beginning, we have to start to keep record of all of our leaders and our heroes' speeches, because if you take out Kwame Nkrumah and all these legendary guys, you can barely find any speeches of them live, and if you do find it's distorted, it doesn't have good audio. So now we're in the ages of where we can actually have great audio, great video, and we can archive all these speeches so we can re-listen them and re-watch them and study them for our future generation to know who Ibrahim Traoré was and what he was to this present generation, which is a hero, one of the best presidents we have ever had on the African continent. Not the best, but one of the best. And that's why I say I have him on my wall next to one of my other hero, Marcus Musea Garvey. Brilliant guy. So this is why we have to have records of our history so that people with ill intention will not come and then distort or change a few words or line or cut or edit out what they need to edit out to make it don't have that impact, because Ibrahim Traoré is a very impactful president. So brilliant moves. I love this move, and I hope you guys, and they're also launching it in a book form. So that's also, but I don't think we're gonna get that so easy here in the Caribbean. But I will try my best to get the link for this website, because they will try to hide it from us because they don't want us to have access to this kind of information. But anyway, fear not, as soon as I have a link, I will let you guys know. I'll update it and I'll put it on this channel so you can click on it and go and see if some of Ibrahim Traoré's brilliant speeches that you have missed. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Boom.